To help us get ready for tonight's match, Jaylen Reyes back on set. Jaylen, I feel like this is what, the number 3 or 4? This is the third, fourth visit you've had to the set?
I think it's the 4th time I've been here.
Okay.
Wow.
Happy to be back.
Are you feeling comfortable then?
A little bit.
Fair enough.
Who have we had more than Jaylen Reyes? Jeff Judkins?
Yeah.
That's about it, seems like. Pretty high up there.
Jaylen, let's talk about this year's team. It's a very different team. Your coach told us last week he's trying to figure out different formations, and you can't replace a guy like Taylor Sander with just one guy. So what is this year's team going to be like without Taylor Sander?
I think we're going to be pretty good. I mean, we're looking pretty good right now. We're just trying to just keep things together. There's been a lot of different players. A lot of people got to play last week. So I think we're going to be pretty good. We have the potential to be really good. We're working hard in practice. We're getting better and just having fun out there.
What I've liked in watching a couple practices is there's a lot of veterans in this group. And you see, okay, Devin Young's not here. Taylor Sanders not here. So you see different guys get a little bit louder, a little more vocal, swing a little harder. And after week 1, you played Loyola and Lewis. You guys really tested yourselves. Got a nice win against Lewis. What have you seen this week in terms of progression as you prep for a good UCLA team?
I think everyone's just a little more comfortable out there. There's been guys that, guys like Kirill, Tim, Hatch, they've all played before, but now because Taylor's gone, everyone's taking a different role on the team. Robbie and Ty, have a little more leadership than they did last year. So I think just everyone's just expanding their role in terms of being a leader out there.
What do you think the pinnacle for this team this year is? I mean, is it always going to be win a national title for BYU men's volleyball?
Yes.
I like that answer.
That's a simple answer.
And it's a good one. And that's where the program is right now. Where do you see BYU needing to make the most improvement? I know you've only played a few matches, but where do you think you're going to need to improve the most to make a legitimate national title run?
I think it's serving and passing. We work on that every single day. And, whoever follows volleyball, you understand that if you can serve and pass, you can play with anybody. And, I think that's where we can make the greatest strides. If we can keep teams out of system and versus if we can stay in system, we'll be tough to stop.
Who takes over best server on the team for Taylor?
Right now, Kirill has a really good float serve. In terms of spike serve, it's probably Tim Dahlberg. Tim can give teams fit, especially when we go down to sea level and you can hit it a little bit harder and the court seems bigger. Probably Tim and Kirill probably have the two best serves on the team right now, I would say.
In comes UCLA tonight, and this has kind of become like this de facto rivalry. How would you explain the rivalry within the MPSF with UCLA?
This is how I explain it. I think we talked about this last time I was on the show. We don't like them. They don't like us. Their fans don't like us. Our fans don't like them. So I think that's just how I would explain it.
If Utah had a men's volleyball team, maybe it could be them. But they don't have anything related to men's volleyball. And you go back to kind of Servegate at UCLA about 4 years ago and the debacle there. If you're unfamiliar with it, let's just say it was dramatic. But Bill Simmons of ESPN has a theory that every team needs an alpha male. Obviously, that was Taylor Sander last year, on the court at least. He's kind of a more quiet guy. But who's the alpha male or developing or could be the alpha male on this team? That's one of my big questions.
I think we could possibly have two. Jake Langlois had a really nice weekend last week, and he's becoming – his role is you can see him just gaining confidence with every practice and every match. And I think Tim Dahlberg could be really, really difficult for other teams to stop this year too.
So you have to be 6'10" to be the alpha male?
Yes.
Is that the key?
And you have to be my roommate too.
Are they both your roommates?
They're both my roommates.
Nice. So tell us about Tim, because he's an interesting story. 6'10" guy, a little raw last year, a little slow. Now he looks cut. He looks fantastic. Bought into the system. And then Jake is just always injured, just stress fractures in his legs, but a crazy good athlete.
I think Tim, going in terms of Tim had a really good summer. He came back. He just looked different to me. He looked stronger, faster. He's jumping higher, hitting the ball harder. He came back. He was a little more comfortable with our system. Last year, he kind of had questions about why we do this, why we do that.
He grew up a certain way.
Yeah.
Changed
some so I think him coming in, knowing what we need him to do, he's way more comfortable in this role. And, Jake's been working hard. I know he's been seeing doctors and trainers, and he does like hours of rehab before and after practice to try to stay healthy.
It's annoying how much he has to try and seek medical help for this, which he doesn't have an answer to, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, the odds of you getting stress fractures in the same spot over and over again, it's kind of hard.
And on both legs or something?
I think it's just one leg,
Okay.
but I mean, I guess
tough.
you need both legs, so right.
Jaylen Reyes of BYU men's volleyball with us on BYU Sports Nation, previewing the 7th-ranked Cougars and 4th-ranked Bruins tonight. The games will be on BYUtv on Friday and Saturday with Jerem Jordan and Steve Vale on the call. Speaking of, Jaylen, you walk into the Smithfield house and you see Jerem Jordan and Steve Vale ready to call a game on national television. What's the first thought that goes through your mind when you see those two guys ready to go?
I'm excited. I'm excited. Hopefully it's a sellout. I always go over them and give them fists before the game. So
That's much appreciated.
I'm stoked, and I don't know. I think it's just so cool to be able to play on TV and play in the field house. I know my family's been blowing up my phone all day about getting excited to go and watch the game. Everyone's leaving in Hawaii. It starts at 4 o'clock because it's so far behind that everyone's going to leave work early and go and watch the game. So I'm excited.
Absolutely, and shout out to them. It's one of the funnest things that we get to do here at BYUtv. So good luck tonight against UCLA, tonight and tomorrow, and it's going to be a fun season.
Really is. Looking forward to it. Thanks, guys.